God, this is one more thing. This is when I go live and just say one more thing that kind of goes along with what um, my first podcast episode said. First of all, welcome to Courtney Has Podcast if you've never seen me before. And thank you for those who have followed. Oh my gosh, the response has been so beautiful and I'm so grateful. But this is one more thing. And I usually go live with one more thing whenever I feel like it because that's how this works. Happy Aries season. This Aries season is going to be something else, y'all. This is truly a new beginning. Um, One of my Saturday traditions when I have the house to myself is to put on live DJ sets. Shout out to Club 1BD, which is what I'm watching right now with DJ Vic. It just came out yesterday and it is so good. Listen, if you just want some energy, if you want just to set the vibe for the day really high, to where you're dancing while you're doing literally everything. I've been watching it while I eat my breakfast like it's TV. Look, my breakfast is like half eaten because I keep getting up to dance. That's just my thing. That's me. But one of the songs that the DJ put in the mix was Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. And it immediately hit me that that is like the song of Aries season this year. Honestly, it's the song for 2026 because Aries season, Norwood's, um, Eid, the vernal equinox all happened on the same day. So we're talking about a new year starting for people around the world and a new astrological year. And we have like four planets that are outer planets or have longer, bigger orbits around the sun going to a new sign for the first time in our lifetimes. Like most of us won't be experiencing when these planets move on to the next sign because it takes so damn long. So we are really in a new era. We are in a new chapter in human history. And it's unwritten, y'all. Like, this is a moment where we get to pick up the pen. We are the ones who get to define this era. There are a lot of people trying to define the era if you haven't been paying attention. There are tech bros trying to define the era. There are wannabe demigods that are trying to define the era. Um, the capitalists are trying to define the era. The white supremacists are trying to define the era. The Christian nationalists are trying to define the era. I mean, think about what Project 2025 and 2026 actually are. And they are era defining ideologies. So that is actually not something to, it's something to be aware of for sure. And it's definitely something to um, be mindful of and to come out against in all the ways that you, as your own self with your own gifts and talents, and the spaces you take up and identities that you can come against in your own way. But truly, this is an invitation. It's an invitation for you to pick up the pen and for you to be guided by your imagination. One of the planets moving into Aries is Neptune. Neptune is all about imagination. It's all about improving things for the collective. I know in another, um, I don't know if it was a one more thing, but it was like a pre-podcast video that I made. And I talked about the Pluto Neptune conjunction and how a lot of millennials were born under this conjunction, which we share with um, those who led the civil rights movement. There was a Neptune Pluto conjunction in the 40s that many of them were born under. And so, all that to say, Neptune is really going to bring the creativity, it's going to bring the hope, it's going to bring the audacity to make things new. And I just want to remind you that the North Node is in Pisces, so the emotion is still very much there, but the South Node is in Virgo. And that means what we're not going to bring into this new chapter is perfectionism. And that's the beauty about unwritten, is that only you can have the impact that you're going to make. And allowing perfectionism to hold you back is actually allowing comparison. Perfectionism is comparison, because there's no reality. Like, perfectionism isn't real, it's only a projection. It's a projection on the outside world that they can do it better. Nobody can do it better. We do different, right? I mean, not that other people are better than things, or what better at things than I am, or vice versa, but I'm not going to not make a podcast because there are 100 million podcasts. If I want to make a podcast, if I have something to say, I'm going to do it. Um, an artist shouldn't refuse to pick up the paintbrush and make their art and put out their art and sell their art and show their art because there's so many other artists out there. That there's a Mona Lisa still on the wall. That doesn't mean that you don't put your stuff out. Perfectionism is comparison. That is what perfectionism is. And so what we're not going to do in this brand new chapter, in this brand new era, what we're not going to do is allow perfectionism, which in this moment is comparing what is done and gone. Preparing per what is it's I'm getting mixed up. It is comparing ourselves to what's already been done. We're not going to compare ourselves to what's already been done. This is a new era. Things need to be done again. Things need to be done again. Writers, we have classics, we need new classics. um Speakers, there have been incredible speeches, we need more incredible speeches. All artists, there have been beautiful pieces of art, we need new beautiful pieces of art. Scientists, there have been amazing inventions and discoveries, we need new inventions and discoveries. Journalists, we need somebody telling the news, we need somebody keeping us abreast, and someone who has the insight into the past to connect the past with the present, to show us the ways that people are trying to continue old stories in a new era. And that's what journalists do. That's what all these people do, really. um, Mothers, there have been wonderful mothers raising children. We need the new moms, we need the new dads, the new parents, we need the new romance, we need the new um, leaders, activists, workers, farmers, all the things. We need the new version of the thing that has existed in other stories, but in this new chapter, we need you to define what this new thing is going to be, what this thing that we understand from an old story, but we need to bring that into the new story. And that happens through you, through no longer comparing, through no longer trying to be perfect, and being yourself. The rest is unwritten. Pick up the pen. Happy Aries season. Let's do it. Love y'all. See you soon. It's one more thing with Courtney.